Beautiful people. What up, folks? What up, folks? What up, folks? Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get to sharing everything. Gonna be a good show. I'm ready to get some laughs, make some memories. You know how it go. Oh, by the way, if anybody's go ahead and clicked in, this is WGSN Going Solo Network. You know, I'm Mr. Twice. The show you watching is Thinking Twice. And we're gonna always have you thinking twice. That's not a question about that, for sure. So what I'm doing now is letting a couple of other people know that we about to get it going, about to get some memories, like I told you. You might want to go ahead and grab a notebook too, because when you got that notebook out, that means you ready to learn something. And I'm gonna learn something too. You did. It's going. There might even be a couple motivational quotes in there. Who knows? Like, and you might end up finding your lover, your partner, your friend. You might find somebody to just really into you and never want to give you up. You might find anything, everything under the sun, any kind of relationship that you're looking for. That might be right here today, tonight. So, with that being said, we're about to go ahead and get underway. I had to just put it on Moscow. Okay, here we go. All right, Cece, we about to run it. Yo, what up, folks? Y'all know what it is. This is Mr. Twice, and this is Going Solo Network, WGSN, and you're watching Thinking Twice. We got an amazing show for you today, and it's a super hot topic. Super hot. A lot of people are opting out of relationships and want to get into only beneficial or only having the benefits without the commitment. Yet there can be some sticky situations in between the two. And so, we're going to break it down, have some fun, get some laughs, make some memories, because that's what it's all about, making memories of life. Now, there's this quote that I had looked up to start off the show. And we're going to think about it like this, or put this in perspective. Between man and woman, there's no friendship possible. There is passion, admittedly, worship, love, but no friendship. Oscar Wilde. Now, at the end of the show, I want you to tell me if that is factual, or can we get in between the lines and, if there's some gray areas in between. I ain't going to tell you what I think, but I want you to come up with what you think for yourself. Now, we're talking about, do you want a relationship, or do you just want the benefits of the relationship? Now, there are many benefits in every aspect of the relationship, but it just depends upon what you're really looking for. Now, what is more better? If that's a word, more better. It's a word today. We're going to go ahead and run with it. Well, what is more better? A full commitment relationship or friends with benefits? This question has been going on since the beginning of time. And hopefully, like I said, we'll be able to figure it out today. Now, this isn't a one night stand. Now, one night stands are the most superficial encounters. They usually involve the least emotional, intimate experience and often take place in between strangers. You dig? Or maybe even a brief acquaintance. One night stands usually end with the individual's parting company. So we're not talking about them one night stands. We are talking about those booty calls. The younger crowd calls it dick appointments. And most girls be like, they be talking about it. They be running it. It be funny. And there's a couple rules for them appointments too, but we might get into those later. Now, with that being said, so the booty call referred as communication initiated with urgent intent of having sexual encounters. All right. So that's what's on your mind. That's what you're leading with. That's what is expected in between those encounters. All right. Now, unlike one night stands, the purpose of the booty call is to engage in repeated sexual activity with an acquaintance. You know, uh, me personally, I don't like to do dick appointments or booty calls because I come away too much, man. You can't just you can't just get me like that. Now, some other people want to have it that way, but me, I like to do things not the traditional way, but the thinking twice way. You dig? So, despite the acquaintance, individuals participating in booty calls do not consider each other friends. Now, that is debatable. Some people consider themselves friends, some people don't. It's just, hey, what you doing? Get over here. Let's go ahead and burn a hole in the rug or, mess up these new sheets. So that is kind of the basis behind the friends with benefits. Now, there's a couple things with friends with benefits that we need to bring into perspective first and foremost. Now, when you start calling too much and there's too many frequent calls and too many frequent encounters, it might elevate past that friends with benefits stages, and you have to be aware of what's going to come with it. Because those interactions are going to change drastically. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple rules to make sure that you maintain the friends with benefits. All right. So it's going to get juicy for sure, for sure. And I may throw a couple rules in too, because sometimes there's that fine line in between the two where, you might want this, but they want that. And, you guys got to meet in the middle. And that's when the best stuff usually happens. So friends with benefits without the relationship, the number one thing is you're trying to avoid commitment, right? So you got to think about how would one or two avoid commitment. Now, the ladies, I may be talking to you more, but this day and age, y'all are a little bit more masculine than these men now. And y'all be trying to portray that alpha dog features, and y'all be acting like you better get this and get out, and y'all be trying to really act real mannish, but y'all be the first one to catch feelings. So ladies, this be for you, and I need for y'all to listen real good. Okay, so the following pieces of advice are given to friends with benefits. Now, number one, don't have expectations. That's the first thing with friends with benefits. What happens is a lot of times we have expectations of how we want it to go, what we want it to see, how many times we want to see the person, this, that, and the third, right? And that cannot be the case. Friends with benefits, if you truly, truly want to do so and can have that relationship without that commitment or those friends with benefits, don't have expectations of how your relationship is going to go, because number one, you're going to get your feelings hurt. Two, you're going to get mad at the person. And three, once you get mad, ain't no telling how you're going to feel, because when you're mad, your values are going to change. And then you're going to stop thinking with your physical intent, and you're going to start thinking with your emotional heart. You know? And when you start thinking with that emotional heart, you're going to go ahead and throw them friends with benefits out the window, and you're going to lose your booty call. You're going to lose that appointment off the rip, for sure. Now, the second thing you want to do is they say you want to have a time frame for the relationship. Now, this is where it gets a little sticky. Because I've had situations and heard of situations where friends with benefits last longer than the relationship itself. I had one of the best friend with benefits relationships ever. Oh, Blue, listen, those be the best ones. I'm already knowing. I'm gonna have to tell me about it for sure. Now, with that being said, they say you want to have a time limit. No, because those those friends with benefits, the reason why they say that is because they don't want you to catch those feelings. They don't want you to end up keep going over there burning a hole in the rug and you having those nights of ecstasy and having a great time, and then guess what happens? Yeah, you catch those feelings because she might have pulled pulled your heart from your groin or vice versa. That does happen. And I'm here to tell you, I'm one of those people that do that. Yeah, no. If you think you're gonna have friends with benefits with me, I'm going to, and I know a few people that do this as well. I'm gonna make sure that you have the night of your life for sure. No question. And you know, my goal is to get you in your feelings if you're trying to be friends with benefits with me, because I'm gonna show you how you're gonna get out your feelings. And then after that, I can pull the reins each and every way. But that's only if you're a pro. If you're a rookie, don't try this stuff at home. Go ahead and get you a guide, get you a plan, and just jump in a relationship. This friends with benefit stuff is for ones that really know what's going on. So the timetables, they say you want to have it about 3 months. Uh, I don't think so. Maybe depending upon if the appointments are whack, or if you feel like there's something else out there that's a little better, or if they're wasting your time, or if you guys just don't have anything else in common, then you could do that. But I believe that those are some of the best relationships. They last a lifetime, and you can give them a call. What's up? They already know what's good, and everything's gonna happen. So, then the next thing that they say for your friends with benefits, don't talk on the phone. Okay, don't talk on the phone, or don't no pillow talk, no cupcaking. Don't tell them what kind of dreams you had. Don't tell them how you felt about your day, or how your day went, or how you and Susan was arguing, or how you and Michael was tripping back and forth. Like, no, we don't want to hear all that, because then we're forced to either give you an honest opinion, or we're going to sit here and tell you we don't care. And if we tell you we don't care, then you're going to get in your feelings. Because if we're friends with benefits, if we're strictly just talking about that, I may give you about 5 minutes, maybe seven. I'm gonna give you 7 minutes of listening. But after I say it about that third or fourth, oh for real, oh for real, that's the key. That should let you know that I'm tired of hearing that yakety yak yak yak, and we need to go to the backity back back back. For real. So don't get to talking all the nonsense for sure. You don't want to do that pillow talk, and that pillow talk be what people catch the feelings the most. That's what happens when you get to talking about those emotional feelings, and you getting to telling people how your day went. Like, if you guys can talk a couple smack, run some game. If you listen to my boy Dean, the Dean ended up having a show a little earlier today, and he was talking about how to have some game. So if you have watched that show, y'all got some new game today, and then you can run that game while you guys are hanging out, and then you're gonna lighten the mood, and then you ain't gonna have to be too much emotional when you guys are getting back and forth. The next thing you want to do, you want to hang out no more than twice a week. No more than twice a week, 2 times. You dig? That's why everything's better the second time, because when you do it the second time, the first time is unbelievable. But yeah, no more than twice a week for sure. Okay. Because once you get further than twice a week, then they're gonna start to get used to you and used to your company, and they want to hang out with you more, and they expect more of you. And I was actually told that absence makes the heart grow fond. It's debatable, but I want you to let me know what you think. Is if someone that you're dealing with, or someone that you're making appointments with, does that absence make you get a little closer to them, or does that absence make you a little bit further away? That's something that is debatable, depending upon in your experiences from your past or previous relationships, or some of the values that you had when you grown up. Very debatable, and it could happen either way. So, with, with that being said, the next thing you don't want to do. Now, this is an absolute no. This is an absolute no with your benefits that you want your friends and to get all your appointments. Because I know a lot of y'all be trying to come through, eat up all the kids' snacks, kicking off your shoes and your socks. You want to go ahead and ravage the fridge, and you want to do this, that, and the third, and check all the pantries, and then you want to have a couple drinks and say that you're thinking that you can't drive home, and now you're drunk. This is an absolute no. Ain't no spending the night. Ain't none of that cuddling. No. Because when you start spending the night and you start cuddling, because that pillow talk gonna come out. That's when it's really real. And then after that, like I said, that pillow talk and that cuddling, and then that's when you guys start your heartbeats start beating on one accord, and now getting to know one another on a different level. You can't help but start to catch feelings for somebody that you sleep over at a house, quite a few often. So if you're trying to keep this friends with benefit relationship, don't spend the night in nobody's house. Don't spend the night over there, because it just don't make sense. And then you might jump in it again when you wake up. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you really in trouble, because they gonna expect to be able to sleep over again, and somebody's gonna fall. I don't know who it is. It'd be the man or the woman, but it's usually the more feminine sexual essence of the two that usually falls first, because the feminine sexual essence wants to be in love. They want to be filled up with excitement. They want to be swept from their feet. They want to have that kind of connection. I love those kind of connections too, just me personally. So that's why I can't have no friends with benefits. I love those mental connections. I love those emotional connections. Like that is the ultimate form. Like the physical connections, I'm far past that. Like those, come a dime a dozen. And I believe anybody can please anybody physically, yet everybody can't please everybody mentally or emotionally. Those are totally two different ball games. So you gotta make sure to choose the right person, and don't choose somebody that is too good like me. You can't be with me. I'm telling you, I'm not the one. So you got to make sure to get somebody that just strictly them appointments. For sure. Now, there's a couple other things that need to be done for these beneficial relationships. Friends with benefits. Only appointments only. Now, like I said, don't romance. If that Actually, I didn't say that. I just threw it out there. Don't romance. That's key for sure. Now, you don't want to fine dine and give out the flowers. You don't want to do those extravagant dates and stuff like that, because then now you guys are moving forward, starting new horizons, going on those special dates. You want to save that for sure. Don't get involved with those expensive dates. Strictly the four for four from Wendy's. She got hot four for four. Y'all got the Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And that four for four works. Now I don't eat meat like that, so you can't get me four for four. That's how I know. Like we just you ain't gonna be able to vibe with me if you just trying to have that kind of situation at all. But somebody like the four for four, and you know. Oh, okay. She says she prefers friends with benefits from her own personal circumstances at the moment. Hmm. Interesting. And Blue says, I'm okay with having legit feelings with anyone I'm laying down with. Okay, yeah. And I feel the same way for sure. And it's really hard to not have those types. It's really hard to not have those types of relationships for sure. No question. Now, there's a couple other things that really need to be addressed with these friends with benefits, because sometimes we want to get lazy. Sometimes we just want to just sit there. Nah, ain't no spending night bags, bruh. No spending night bags. You gotta check in, check out. It's a 1 day stop drop. Now, uh, what I need for y'all to make sure to do not come over there with your prickly legs smelling like green eggs and ham. You done had you ain't bathed all day. You still gotta have some respect for yourself. You still gotta have some respect for everybody else and who you dealing with. So make sure you shave your legs. Make sure you get in the shower. Make sure you brush your teeth. Make sure you do all of that. Don't get too comfortable to where that you think you can't just be appealing to the person because you're just trying to stay committed or trying to stay out of a committed relationship. Like, no, just still have some decency for yourself. Look good, smell good, taste good, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't do that, you're not gonna have no friends, period. You know what I'm saying? Because if you stink, I'm not your friend. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you, move your stinking ass out the way. You know what I'm saying? Just exit stage left. We're gonna swipe you off. You know what I'm saying? So that's key. Wash your ass. And I'm sorry I gotta say that, but um I'm in this group chat and or I'm in this group on Facebook, and one of the memes or the post that came up said she said that she likes her man a little musty. Yeah, that kind of blew me away because mm, don't come over musty. Don't fellas, you're gonna lose her. Don't come over musty. But look though, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna take a short commercial break. Remember, this is Veterans Day. This is also WGSN Going Solo Network. We're appreciating the veterans on Veterans Day. I'm Mr. Twice. Hey, we're gonna be right back. Hey, yo, we right back in, and this is thinking twice with Mr. Twice. This is WGSN going solo network. I got CC on the ones and twos. She is making it happen. She the captain. And tonight, what we talking about is relationships or benefits. Now, we was just addressing some of the don'ts, things you don't want to do to make sure that your relationship stays beneficial and that you don't go above and beyond. So, um, we just said wash your ass. That's important. Now, there's two things. Now, this right here is very critical. You want to make sure you are emotionally ready. Now, if you just got out of a hurtful situation, okay, and your emotions and feelings are a little bit bruised, battered, and broken, it's probably not the best for you to jump into a, a relationship as such. Now, if you were looking for some one night stands, maybe like that. But if you just got out of a relationship, you need to do some healing on your own. So make sure that you're emotionally ready for a type of friends with benefits because you're not going to trust the person. You're going to probably treat them bad. You're probably going to, when you see them out or anything like that, you're going to have some type of mixed feelings because you're going to be thinking about your past relationship and how it didn't go the way you wanted. So we have to be emotionally ready because them appointments be real. And then I'll be trying to show out if it's in them appointments. That's why I can't do it because I'll be making victims. Believe that. The next thing, and this goes both ways. All right. So this is key. You want to keep your eyes open for new relationships and don't get mad if someone else finds their own relationship. Oh, Chi Chi said it depends on how much I like them. But that won't be so disappointing. Oh, yeah. So you don't want to get mad if they find somebody, and you want to also keep looking for somebody because in the end, we always want to go ahead and find those mental attractions, those emotional attractions, and those spiritual attractions. By far, those are the greatest attractions, in my opinion. And those are the people I gravitate to. I gravitate to those that teach me, encourage me, and those that continue to believe in me. Those are the people that I hold closest to me and I tend to want to be around the most. Now, when you are in a friends with benefits or an appointment type of relationship, a lot of those things usually don't happen. Yeah, and they shouldn't really happen often, I should say. Now, don't get this confused because I know some of y'all are real hurt. I know some of y'all are real mad. I know some of y'all got a lot of fear in your heart and you're real guarded and y'all got those electrified fences around your heart with Steven Seagal and you got the K9s, the SWAT team sitting around in riot gear guarding your heart, and then you got the moat with the booby traps. Yeah, you got all of that guarding your heart. So be careful. Friends with benefits are not no strings attached relationships. No strings attached means exactly what it means. Y'all don't do no talking, no hanging out. Now, there are some situations, and I believe this would be for the best, and it would make for better experiences when you guys are hanging out. Like maybe once a week, go out to dinner. You know, for a $40 dinner, go get a pizza, go sit and watch a movie, or what I'm saying, once a week for those friends with benefits. Now, if it's no strings attached, we talking about the late night creepity creep, and and that's when you might just get the on your bumper and beepity beep beep beep. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference between benefits and no strings attached. Now, the question is, how do women feel about friends with benefits? Now, I can tell you how men feel about it. I believe I can tell you how women feel about it. Now, most women, when you think about friends with benefits, they would rather have friends with benefits because they are becoming more masculine. They are more purpose driven. They don't want to put a man's priority before their purpose. And most times in relationships, that's what usually ends up happening. A woman will expect a man to put his purpose to the side and her emotional needs before his purpose. Now he's not accomplishing goals. He's not becoming a better person of who he wants to be. And she may say that's what she wants, but not always that's what she wants. That's a totally different show, though. Now, with men typically don't want their woman talking to another man at all. So I'm just letting you know, ladies. Don't If you're getting into a friends with benefits relationship with a man, he gonna press that issue. And when he pressed the issue, he probably gonna do it in a masculine way. Um, and if you're a little bit, in your golden years of your life, they may be more passive aggressive with the way they press the issue. Yet if you're in like the millennial generation, oh, they gonna grab you by your neck. And maybe in public too. They don't play about that, especially if you don't put it on them. So y'all gotta be careful. Y'all gotta unwrap the levels to it. Because if you just, you know, get it cracking and put the best thing on him in his entire life, he gonna rock his world and he ain't gonna know what to do. So, ladies, it just depends upon if you want a rookie or a pro and how it's gonna go. Because if you go with the pro, he might put on a show. But if you're going for a rookie and he ready for the cookie, ooh, you got a situation on you, baby. So make sure you choose wisely if you want the rookie or the pro. Now, another thing, don't like that's why I feel like relationships are kind of aren't the best way to go, especially in these times, until we start to really align our goals and align our purposes and align the things that we really want to do. Because we may be going in separate directions. And if we're going in separate directions, one of us is going to sacrifice our dreams and our visions. Because everyone has a dream, everyone has a vision, and everyone is supposed to be something to somebody and something to the world. And we're supposed to impact a lot of people's lives. So the friends with benefits will still allow you to focus on those purposes, on those dreams, without having to sacrifice that for someone else's happiness. Now, what do women and men expect out of those type of situations? They expect you to go at it. So just have a good time. Make sure that you guys set your boundaries. We did a show. We touched on the boundaries a little earlier. That's key. Set your boundaries. Once you figure out your boundaries, you want to like keep it, once or two times a week. Now with the masculine, where is the masculine in your relationship? And maybe even feminine. Feminine can set the boundaries as well. But the feminine is more likely to fall first unless the feminine puts that yeah on that masculine, and then it's a totally different ball game, like I told you. But you want to make sure to set those boundaries, strict, hard boundaries on exactly what it is. So don't go over, because if you go over one point leads to another. And then once we get 2 and 3 points, we got a whole new shape. And it ain't ever what it was before. And you can't go back. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you stick to those boundaries, hard deadlines, set those appointments. Don't be late, be clean, be fresh. You know what I'm saying? Look good. Now, some of the best things that I like to do with these friends with benefits is I like to try and figure out where they at. I don't know, maybe I'm a little toxic, man, because I'll be trying to set you up to where that you can't go nowhere anyway. Um, but I like to know where you at. And I like to just pop up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna look good when I pop up too. You know what I'm saying? So, fellas, ladies, this is what you need to do. You gotta show up where they are. Okay, and then you may even show up with somebody else. Probably not, but you want to go with some friends. You know, so it doesn't look like you're there to stop them. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be real discreet. You dig? Hey, shout out Nep. So when you're discreet with that and you pull up and show up to where they're at, they you putting some pressure on, especially if you're looking good. They gonna notice you. They gonna notice you for sure. Now, what I learned, and this is from one of my pickup artist classes that I had ended up taking, that usually the masculine stands in one side of the room and the feminine is going to make their self be known. And sometimes you can wrap feminine around a masculine message, or you can wrap the masculine around a feminine message. It depends upon how well you are at your passive aggressiveness. It depends upon how well you are at your communication skills and how well you are at adjusting to the situation at hand. I can go ahead and tell you all of that, but that's gonna be 9.95. Y'all can go ahead and call the director, CC on the ones and twos. You can go ahead and get that together. And that would be 9.95. But so when I like to do is I like to go out, have a good time. When people see that you're having a good time, they want to know what you're talking about. They want to know who you're with. They all automatically assume that everybody you're with is cool. Automatically assume if you go out into the club, wherever you go, what you need to do is make sure you associate and interact with everybody you came with. And there's practices. Now, this is an actual tactic and it works well. There's practices where when you go out to bars, clubs, anywhere social, you go with your people and you ignore the room and interact with only your people. Everybody in the club, in the place, is going to watch you. So what happens is you're going to start to see people crossing your shoulders. You're going to start to see people standing in front of your paths. You're going to start to see people making themselves known for you. And I guarantee you that your crush, your friend with benefits, going to notice all of those people coming around you. And then now you're a little bit more of a hot commodity. Now they looking at you a little bit different because they like, ooh, I ain't know he was like that, or I ain't know she was like this. And that may raise the level of your relationship. And like I said, that's playing onto their emotions because everyone, no woman wants a man that's not already wanted. And when a man sees a woman that is more wanted, he's probably going to get a little bit jealous, especially if, like I said, you put that yeah on him. But yeah, that's a real thing, and it happens often, and I've seen it happen. So that's one of the things I like to do out in public. If you are trying to elevate your situation, but I've already went ahead and gave you all the scenarios or the things you don't want to do to make sure you keep those friends with benefits relationships out the way. Now, with the relationships, the last thing I really want to say today, and the most important thing, I kind of touched on it. Now, the main difference, or I wouldn't even say the main difference, the relationships, they want a commitment. They want a commitment. Now, ladies, this is important. Fellas, this is important. You cannot stop your partner from having friends. I'm going to say this again. You cannot stop your partner from having friends. Ladies, what happens is you get in a relationship. What do you want? You want him to be attracted to you and only you. Nobody else. You don't want him talking to another man. You don't want him looking at another woman. You don't want him holding another door. You don't want him to talking, texting on the phone. You don't want this, that, and the third. That comes down from your trust issues that you had. So you have to be emotionally ready for friends with benefits, even with a relationship. Now, what we don't understand, what we're really psychologically doing when we're doing that, is that we are demasculating that man. You are telling him not to be a man no more. Now, here's the thing. Attraction is choiceless. You cannot help who you are attracted to. That is facts. And if you try to hide, bury, or act like you are not attracted to somebody, or just to please your woman, you are demasculating yourself. And what ends up happening is that you become less ready. Don't want to conquer your goals and your fears, and you don't want to reach newer heights because you will not please your woman emotionally. That is the worst mistake you can do. And ladies, you can't pressure your man to do that. Fellas, do not stop your lady from having male friends. She can't help who she's attracted to. Attraction is choiceless. Yet, intimacy is a choice. Intimacy is a choice. And what you do with that attraction is totally up to you. Now, you can either let it sit on you and don't talk about it, and then it turns into lust, and then that's all you're thinking about, or take deep breaths, let it in and out your body, feel it go down your spine, down your legs, through your toes, wiggling, come back up, deep breaths in your belly. I'm talking about those low breaths, not where your chest raise up, but where your stomach go out. Have those breaths, exhale, and start to focus that excitement on your gifts, the things that you're going to do for the world, the things that you can do to make this place a better one, spiritually, emotionally, socially. Start to put that, because that inspiration may be just what you need. And think about it. Some of the best songs you ever heard was when somebody ran into a girl. Let's say that person never couldn't run into that girl because his girl was tripping. Some of the best music in the world would never have been written. Some of the most important business relationships would never have been created. So you have to make sure that you're emotionally ready. That is the most important thing. Don't get upset when somebody's attracted to somebody else. It's okay. It's fine. That's why I really believe that those emotionally, spiritually, and mentally ways of connecting with somebody are the absolute most important connections. So if you really want to take your relationships to a next level, focus on those three. And socially is very important for me as well. Now, with just the friends with benefits, that's just with the physical. So what I need for y'all to do is go practice what you learn. Go ahead and hang out with your boo. Don't get mad at him for being attracted to somebody else, but just make sure that you focus on your bond and what you have. Because when you focus on somebody else's plate, your plate get cold. You dig? Hey, this is WGSN Going Solo Network. I greatly appreciate y'all for kicking it with me tonight. We just talked about relationships and more benefits and which one you need, which one you won't. And just as we spoke about today, I'm going to close with the same quote that I opened with. Between men and women, there are no friendships possible. There is passion, humility, worship, love, but no friendship. That is Oscar Wilde. Y'all let me know what you think and if that's true or false. But y'all know the cost of those relationships and benefits. Hey, WGSN Going Solo Network. This is Mr. Twice. Y'all thinking twice. We up out of here. Love, baby.